APNvideo.com is on the air, and today we're coming to you from Tempe Diablo Stadium on Halloween 2024 as the Waikiki Beach Boys are on the air, and today they'll be playing host to the Sonoma County Cards. I'm Jeff Lowry with APN Video Sports. I'll have the call of the game. Gary Firestone, the owner and manager of the Waikiki Beach Boys on the left, wearing number 4, come in with a record of 4 wins and 1 loss. A very special day for the Beach Boys as Ced Watson is going into the Hall of Fame, and here's the ceremony.
To his players to ensure they have the opportunity to participate in whatever fashion it takes for him to make sure you get here. So he's been wonderful in that way. What I have on Cedric is a lot of statistics. How many years this, how many years that, how many people he knows basketball, how many people he knows in MLB. You could just read this, or you already know this by being his friend and teammate. So I don't need to recite that. But for father-son, Cedric came with Gary to registration, and we spoke for about 10 minutes. Normally those registrations take 2 to 3 minutes, but it was a very enjoyable 10 minutes, and I got to know Cedric much more. And I can see from the 10 minutes I was there, the wholesomeness, how spiritual he is, and that's a wonderful trait to have, especially as you get older, to be spiritual. Not a preacher, not a rabbi, just giving you what I feel and I sense after spending time with him. And sensed the high quality of the person. And not to keep you anymore, but I think that's the highest I can say for Cedric basis. So on this day, we're going to induct Cedric Watson into the Msbl World Series Hall of Fame in recognition and appreciation of your continued participation at our Msbl World Series. And your support, your leadership clearly identify you as a deserving recipient. Thank you for your years of support. Good luck today, guys.
Hey, Steve. Hey, Steve. Thanks a lot for everything.
Let me say this, man. Let me say this to everybody. Hey, hold up, fellas. Come in for a minute.
Well, first, let me give honor to God who's ahead of my life. If it hadn't been for him, it wouldn't be possible at all. To my great friend, come on over, man. This has been a rock of my whole life in baseball, after baseball, high school, a little bit of traveling team, George Genovese and the Giants. This is a rock right here. This is a rock.
Now, how long have you known each other?
38 years, I believe. Yeah, 38 years.
Yeah.
We started together in 88. So.
Yeah. So we haven't missed a season. We love each other. We go through trials and tribulations, but it's really truly been a blessing. And we have always worked through things, and my buddy Barry. So I appreciate him and his family. Sent him a nice text this morning. His dad, I love his dad. His mom, everybody, the whole family, man. I just love them all.
Congratulations to Cedric Watson, 67 years young, as we're getting set to play some baseball. Sonoma County, they represent the home team. And you get a look at their starting pitcher, Tom Arnold. Jorge Flores will take a first pitch called strike, and this game is underway. Temperatures in the upper 60s, just absolutely gorgeous day for our national pastime. And the next pitch is inside. Flores, one of the best defensive shortstops you will probably see maybe from the 50, 55 age group. He has made so many spectacular plays here on this video company's camera. And he starts things off with brother Bobby Flores on deck, and Roman Jimenez will be the third place hitter. And if they get to the cleanup hitter, Marcelino Escalante. Swung on, line drive. A fair ball down the left field line, and a good start for the Beach Boys here in the first inning. He thought about going for 3, but will settle for a two-base hit. And so the first runner of the game belongs to the Beach Boys, and here is Bobby Flores. Bobby's 62 years old, and I would imagine he's just going to try to get his brother Jorge out at second base over to third base and get a good quality at bat. Maybe punch one through somehow, but at least move him over with a ground ball. And that's in there for a strike. It's 1-1 strike. Jimenez on deck. Gary Firestone, the manager, will bat fifth in the lineup today. That's outside. 2-1 strike. 68 degrees here at Tempe Diablo Stadium. Flores going, and he picked the right pitch to do it, and he will be in at third standing. He got a sensational jump on the left-handed starting pitcher, Tom Arnold. And that is ball four, and a good eye there by Bobby Flores on a very close pitch and a very good take there. So runners are at first and third. We're in the top of the first inning as Waikiki taking their first swings at left-hander Tom Arnold. No score, but runners are at first and third. And they'll keep a close eye on that runner at first base with the first baseman, Bill Carrata. A ball and a strike to Roman Jimenez. I would imagine that runner's going to probably take off on one of these pitches. Pitch is outside for a ball, and it's 2-1. And pretty good speed at the top of the order here for the Beach Boys. Arnold delivers, and it is swung on and hit back up the middle. It's off the glove of the pitcher. He can't pick it up, but still has time to throw him out. And that'll move the runner from first to second. So you got second and third. And here is the cleanup hitter, Marcelino Escalante. Second and third with one out here in the top of the first inning. The check of the runners, and Arnold's pitch is just high and away, ball one. Gary Firestone on deck, and it'll be Pablo Reyes and Pastor Ozuna. Pitch. And that's in there for a strike, 1-1. Swung on and belted, but foul down the left side. Big cavernous dimensions here at Tempe Diablo, including 420 to straightaway center. The 1-2 pitch, and this one is laced foul up into the seats, about 3 rows deep on the right field side. And that one in the dirt. Quick throw down, and Flores is back in safely. 2 strikes on the Waikiki cleanup hitter. Trying to at least push one of the two base runners, both in scoring position, at least get one of these in. The pitch, and it's grounded foul. So he's really making Tom Arnold work here in the top of the first inning. Look at the Waikiki Beach Boys. 2 strikes, 1 out, second and third. A scoreless tie, top of the first, the pitch. And this one is hit in the air to shallow right field. It's a long run. The catch will be made. The throw will go to third. They'll hold the runner there. Jorge Flores scores from third, and Waikiki draws first blood on a sacrifice fly to right field by Escalante, and the batter will be manager Gary Firestone. Gary, a left-handed hitter all the way. If he gets a hold of one, he can send it a long ways, even at age 74. A swing and a foul, and it's 0-1. The count on Gary Firestone with a runner at second, 2 out, and a run in. And he had a healthy cut at that one. I'll tell you, he had pretty good bat speed for a guy pushing 75. No balls and 2 strikes on Gary. Arnold delivers and tried to get him to fish for a pitch way out of the strike zone, and it's 1-2. The wind, the check, the pitch. And did he get a piece of that, or is that inside? That's a foul ball. Arnold is 62 years old. Tim Kurgan doing the catching here today for Sonoma County. Bobby Flores taking his lead out at second base. And now the 1-2 offering. And this one is lifted out of play. Firestone up there with a runner in scoring position with 2 out. And he pops it up, and will this wasn't high enough and wasn't playable for the pitcher, Tom Arnold. 1 ball, 2 strikes once again to Gary Firestone. Here's the pitch, and the breaking ball is too high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pablo Rea on deck for the Beach Boys. And he missed too high. 3-2 on Gary. Firestone trying to drive in a run with 2 out here in the top of the first. Waikiki leads it 1-0. The pitch. And a line drive, and the second baseman will make the basket catch to retire the side. 1 run in the inning as Waikiki heads to the dugout, leading 1-0. Matt Drew will be the first batter up for the Cardinals, taking outside ball 1. And a close-up look at today's starting pitcher is Jose Magallon. The 1-1. And it's low. 2 balls and 1 strike on the leadoff hitter, Matt Drew, and then Beiswinger and Steffens, the first 3 for the Cardinals here today on this morning affair on October 31st, 2024. Sonoma comes in with a record of 3-3, while Waikiki is 4-1. Actually, they are 3-2. This being the final game of round-robin play. Here's a pop-up that's not going to be caught. Let's see. Who's playing? Is that the Hall of Famer at first base? Yes, it is. 67-year-old Cedric Watson. 2-strike pitch. And a chopping ball towards a shortstop, and it's going to trickle out into center field. So Matt Drew is aboard with a leadoff single. Well, the hits are even at 1 after a little more than a half an inning of play. Scott Beiswinger will bat. He is in an A-B situation. With Mark Evich. Runner at first. There goes the runner. Here's the throwdown, and it won't be in time. And a very ugly slide that time by Matt Drew. A good way to really bang up your body for the playoffs. The check of the runner and the pitch to the plate. It's way inside, 2-0. Dean Steffens on deck, third place hitter. Here's a drive down the right field line, out of play. You get a look at the 2024 Sonoma County Cards. Jose brings it plateward, and here's a bunt out in front of the plate. And let's see if they have time here. And they did, and said drop the ball. That'll be an error on the first baseman, and now runners are at first and third. The tying run 90 feet away at third base. Now Dean Steffens, one of their top run producers in this tournament this year. So first and third, nobody out. We're in the home half of the first inning. Sonoma batting, and they trail 1-0 with the tying run at third. Called strike, good pitch. Jose with the check of the runner and the pitch to the plate, and the runner will take off, no throw, and that'll be the second stolen base of the day for the Sonoma County Cardinals. As you get a look at the shortstop for the Waikiki, and Mike Schoeneman. All right, let's see what Dean Steffens can do here with second and third. He lifts one out of play to the right side. Van White on deck. And here's a drive into left field. Hit well, but that ball's going to be caught. Here's the catch. Here's the tag. He'll be cut off, and the game is tied at one apiece. So both teams have produced a run via a sacrifice fly. That'll bring up with one out Van White. A 1-1 tie here at Tempe Diablo Stadium. Open stance, right-handed hitter, and he takes a strike. Good pitch by Jose with Ed Winston on deck. And here's a chopping ball, shortstop, and it took a big hop. Goes out in the left center field, and that will plate the go-ahead run. And just like that, on an RBI single by Van White, Sonoma County leads it 2-1. And still only one man out as Ed Winston comes to the plate. First pitch inside, ball one. So one of the two runs will be earned, or one of them will be unearned. Winston, the fifth place hitter. He'll take a strike, and that was a good location for that fastball, high and away. Here's a chopping ball to the shortstop. They'll go second one, and the throw on to first is an inning-ending double play. Sonoma gets two, though, and at the end of one inning of play, it's the Cardinals 2 and the Beach Boys 1. You're watching the 2024 MSBL World Series on APN. Jeff Lowry back here from the ballpark. We go to the top of the second inning. Waikiki now down a run. Pablo Rea will start things off, and then Pastone Azuna and Ernie Barton. A sacrifice fly off the bat of Escalante got the Beach Boys off and running, scoring Jorge Flores from third base, but then they give up two runs on a sac fly by Steffens and an RBI hit by White. Popped up, Tom Arnold. Two-handed grab for out number one. So Arnold, after giving up a leadoff double to Jorge Flores and then Bobby drew a walk, has set down four in a row, and he will face Ozuna. He plays some third base. And pretty reliable player here, and he's hoping to prove his hitting prowess at the plate against a tough left-hander in Tom Arnold. And I stand corrected. I hate the new website, by the way, because you have to manually go in and get the record of each game. They don't just give you like the old one did. So Sonoma does come in here with a record of 2-3. Here's a line drive, and that's just foul down the right field line. So the Sonoma County Cardinals come in here with a record of 2-3. They're managed by Billy Curata. And that's strike three called. Caught looking. That's the first strikeout for either team. Two down, and here's Ernie Barton. So Barton comes to the plate with nobody on and two out. First pitch to him is outside, ball one. And a good eye right there by Ernie Barton. Schoeneman is on deck, the Beach Boys shortstop. That ball actually hit the shirt, and that is technically a hit batsman. Home plate umpire missed that call. 2-1 the count. Rest of the lineup will be coming up next. Schoeneman, Watson, and May. Strike two called, so Arnold comes right back after falling behind in the count. And now it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. He struck him out swinging, and that'll retire the side. 2 Ks in the inning for Arnold, and at the end of an inning and a half of baseball, Waikiki trails Sonoma 2-1 from Tempe Diablo Stadium. Jeff Lowry back here from the ballpark. We go to the home half of inning number 2. Jose goes into the line and delivers to Bobby Williams. Called strike, 0-1. Msbl and the manager Billy Corrado will follow. One ball and 2 strikes. Jose, the starting pitcher for Gary Firestone's Waikiki Beach Boys. Chopping ball down to third, foul ball. This ground is so hard here at Tempe Diablo Stadium because of the lack of rain, and it's almost like playing on AstroTurf. Bobby Flores getting the start at second base. That one is inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Bobby Williams. Msbl on deck. Ground ball in the hole at shortstop. Long throw, and said couldn't quite scoop it out. And that's going to go as an infield hit. So a nice try by Sonoma at shortstop for the Beach Boys. So the leadoff hitter is aboard. That is hit number 3 for Sonoma. And a ball hit out in the center field, dropping fast in front of Flores. He'll track it down, but the first 2 have reached. Allen with a bloop single, hit number 4 for the Sonoma County Cards, and the batter will be the manager, Billy Corrado, most likely up there in a bunt situation. Here's the pitch. He doesn't square. He was taken all the way, and it's strike 1 called. First and second occupied with nobody out, and strike 2 called. Borderline pitch. And here's a drive into right field. If it's fair, it's trouble, and fortunately for the Beach Boys, that drops foul. Joe Bowman is on deck, followed by Tim Kurgan, and then Dave Proney and Pat Scholler. Good cut right there. Billy Corrado never even considered bunting in this situation. With his team up here in the bottom half of inning number 2, leading it 2-1 over Waikiki. And he stays alive. 7th, 6th pitch of this at-bat coming up. As you get a look at Jose Maguion. And popped him up. Infield fly rule is in effect, and the shortstop will make the catch. And there's 1 down. So a nice job by Mike, even though there was an infield fly rule on that one. Joe Bowman will dig in here for the Sonoma County Cards. Home half of the second inning. And here's a fly ball out into left center field, and it is going to drop in for a hit unless they get the fielder's choice. And the third baseman was not on the bag, but they still got him with the tag. That'll go as a fielder's choice. 2 down here in the inning. Runners are still at first and second as Joe Bowman, and he had that fielder's choice. Nice job. That's an outfield assist. Tim Kurgan. He's been with this Sonoma team a while, and he grounds one in the center field, base hit. Flores up with the ball. Get it to the shortstop. They're going to throw it back to third and actually hold Joe Bowman. But the run does come in. Bowman to third. Kurgan with an RBI hit. That's hit number 5 for them, and it's 3-1 in favor of the Cardinals. Dave Proney will bat for the first time. That is the 3rd hit of the inning and the 5th hit of the game through the first inning and 2/3 for the Cardinals offense. In the air, Flores. He's got it, and the side is retired. They get another run as we head to the top of the 3rd inning. The Waikiki Beach Boys down by 2 on APN's Baseball Network. Mike Schoeneman will lead things off. He's the Waikiki shortstop. He'll be followed by newly inducted Hall of Famer Cedric Watson and the final hitter in the lineup for Gary Firestone, Gary May. Waikiki fortunate that they did not give up any more runs in that home half of the second inning. They got an outfield assist that really helped things after the first two had reached. Billy Carrata hit a pop-up to the shortstop, and then Bowman, what looked to be a base hit, but the runner was slow getting off the bag at second base, and they were able to force out the lead runner in Bobby Williams. And then they eventually got their one run in the second inning on an RBI hit by Tim Kurgan. So Mike leading things off here. And strike three called on a ball that looked like it might have been too far inside. Strikeout number 3. And for Tom Arnold, he has set down 7 in a row after giving up a double and a walk to start the game. So here he is, the newly inducted MSBL Hall of Famer, Cedric Watson. He takes ball 1. We're in the top of the third. Beach Boys down by 2. 3-1 is the score. Going up against one of the premier left-handed pitchers in the 60 and over Cactus, Tom Arnold. Here's a ground ball to the shortstop, and it'll be picked up there. The long throw across in time for out number 2. So a nice play by Swinger, the shortstop, 2 down, and here's Gary May. Of course, Waikiki got their run on a sac fly, scoring Flores, as Gary May draws a walk, and we turn the batting order over back to the center fielder Jorge Flores, who had a double, a stolen base, and a run score on the sac fly by Escalante in the first. They trail 3-1 here with the tying run at the plate in Jorge Flores. He's ahead in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. You got a runner at first and 2 out. And the runner getting back in time. 2 down. 2-0 pitch and a called strike, and it's 2-1. Well, this month in baseball history, well, I'll do that later. He gave me the wrong month. Here's a bunt, third base side. Arnold's up with it. He turns, he throws, and safe. And an infield hit for Jorge Flores. That's the first hit since he doubled back in the first inning. So now runners are at first and second, 2 out here in the top of the third. So the tying run now at first base for Bobby Flores. Popped him up, that's out of play. Arnold had set down 8 in a row, but now has issued a walk to Gary May and an infield hit to Flores. And Bobby swings and pops up to the shortstop, and he dropped the ball. That's going to cost him a run as Scott couldn't hold on to it, and the throw to third not in time. A costly error by the Sonoma shortstop makes it 3-2. And now you got runners at first and third, scoring Gary May. Now the tying run is at third base. The go-ahead run is at first for Jimenez. He takes a strike, and it's 0-1. On this date, and this month in 1911, Ty Cobb of the Detroit Tigers And Wildfire Schulte of the Chicago Cubs won the Chalmers Award. That was one of the early Most Valuable Player awards. Remember back then, the World Series was usually over by mid-October as Escalante loses his helmet on a big swing and a miss. All right, rather Jimenez with Escalante on deck. Here's a drive down the left field line, but that's going to be a foul ball. Back up into the grassy knoll down that left field line. Tying run at third, go-ahead run at first with 2 out. And a quick throw over, and the runner is back in safely. And here he goes. And the throw down, now they got him in a rundown. Let's see if Waikiki can get the score. And the tag is made, and the inning is over. So a caught stealing. And I didn't get an indication from the umpire whether that run counts. It does. And at the end of 2.5 innings of play, we're tied at 3 apiece. Back to the top of the order for the Cardinals, and Matt Drew. He draws a bunt and pulls back and takes ball 1. He had a base hit, a stolen base, and a run scored back in the first inning. In 1943, in this month of October, the New York Yankees won the World Series against St. Louis with Spud Chandler pitching a shutout in one of the 5 games. The pitch, and it's hammered out into right center and over the head of the second baseman, and that's going to be a base hit. So Flores couldn't come up with it. Matt Drew has his second hit of the day. Hit number 6 for the Sonoma County Cardinals, and the batter is going to be Evich, taking strike 1. A little closer to my old hometown. In 1972, in this month of October, Jackie Robinson threw out the first pitch in Game 2 of the World Series between the Cincinnati Reds and the Oakland A's. Robinson died from a heart attack just 9 days later at the age of 53. Must have been a lot of that had to do with the stress that he had to definitely endure becoming the first black player to play in the major leagues. Runner goes. Here's the throwdown, and it's not in time. So a stolen base. That is the 3rd of the day for the Cardinals. And a smash knocked down by the third baseman. He makes the catch. Well, what a sensational play right there by Ozuna as he robs Evich of probably extra bases, and you can hang a star on that one. So there's 1 down with a runner at second base for Dean Steffens. Too high on that one. 1-1 the count on Steffens, who had a sacrifice fly to left field his first time up, and that produced the Cardinals' first run of the game. It was a game-tying RBI in the bottom half of the first. And this one is lifted in the air to deep right center field, and this one's going to find the gap, and he's got his second RBI at bat of the day. He will settle for a double. Scoring is Matt Drew with his second run of the game, and just like that, they have regained the lead at 4-3. That's the 7th hit of the day for the Sonoma County Cardinals. Still only 1 out, and here is Van White, their cleanup hitter. Van White takes a strike. He had an RBI single that gave them their first lead of the contest. So we've had 2 ties. We've had 2 lead changes. Grounded up the middle. Jose's got it. He will fire back to second. Did he get him? Out of there. Nice play by Jose, and another fine play by the shortstop, Jorge Flores, who moved in from center field. And I don't think the manager, Rick Daniels, really liked that call too much. So it goes as a fielder's choice. That's out number 2. And here is Ed Whitson, who bounces one down to third, and another nice play by Ozuna, and he rifles it over to second base, and that'll retire the side. Couple of outstanding web gems down there at the hot corner. At the end of 3, Sonoma 4, Waikiki 3. This is APN Sports. We'll be back from Tempe Diablo in just a moment. All right, back here at the winter home of the Los Angeles Angels, we go to the top of the 4th inning. And for the second time, Sonoma has retaken the lead. They got a run in the bottom half of the 3rd. So we go to the top of the 4th inning. Jimenez will start things off. He was at the plate when Bobby got caught in a stolen base attempt back in the top half of the 3rd inning. And a hot shot back to the mound, knocked down nicely, and Arnold will throw him out at first base. Good job, one down. Dave Prong is the first baseman. So one out and Escalante batting. Jimenez has bounced out to the mound on both of his plate appearances. Escalante with a sacrifice fly in the 4th. He hits one hard and under the glove of the shortstop. It goes out into left field, and that'll be a base hit. Only the 3rd hit of the day here in the top of the 4th inning for Waikiki. Gary Firestone lined out to the second baseman back in the 1st inning. And he hits one towards the hole. The second baseman is going for 2. And fortunately for Escalante, he didn't trip on that play. And that was a pretty fine play by their shortstop, Alan Msbl. And I don't know, Gary discussing something with the umpire like it was interference, but I think the out was made by the time that the runner in Escalante got there. So there's 2 down here in the inning. Fielder's choice, courtesy runner for Firestone, and here's Pablo Rhea here in the top of the 4th inning. Arnold has pitched well. He's given up 3 runs. Two of the runs have been scored by Jorge Flores. He has struck out a total of 3 batters and has walked 2. Ground ball up the middle, and it's off the glove by Alan Msbl, and that's going to go as a base hit. So Pablo is aboard. 4th hit of the day for Waikiki. The batter's going to be the 3rd baseman, Ozuna, who is a strikeout victim, caught looking in the 2nd. We're in the 60-plus Cactus Division, MSBL World Series. Ground ball right side, and this should retire the side. He's up, he throws, he got him, and that is that. At the end of 3.5 innings of play, Waikiki trailing Sonoma 4-3. This is APMvideo.com.
Cardinals 4, Beach Boys 3.
All right, we go to the home half of inning number 4. And the first batter is Bobby Williams, and he lines a single into left field. That is the 8th hit of the day for the Sonoma County team. Sonoma is pretty much the wine country area up around Napa. It's kind of west of Napa. I think it's kind of northwest of Napa. Beautiful country. That's some of my favorite places I've ever been. I think it's just gorgeous up there. You know, Napa almost reminds you of parts of Italy. Here's a fly ball into left center field. He hit it a ton. That ball's going to split the outfielders. That is the 9th hit of the day, and here comes the runner to 3rd. They'll be at 2nd and 3rd. And the Cardinals are off and running here, actually 1st and 3rd. with back-to-back leadoff singles against Jose, and the batter is going to be the manager, Billy Carrata, who popped up to the shortstop his first time up. The runner goes. Here's the throwdown. They got a shot, and they got him. Out. No, safe. Huh. Well, from here, it looked like he was out from here to there. And we're going to get a courtesy runner. It's going to be Earl Dunkel. And I think you have to ask the base umpire what the heck happened there. And was there a gap between the glove and the base runner? And safe. Smash off the glove of the third baseman, Ozuna. And both runners will advance, including Bobby Williams, who will score. And it's now 5-3. That'll be an RBI single for Billy Carrata. And the Sonoma Cardinals have scored in each of the first 4 innings in this contest. The final day and the final game of round-robin play in the 60 and over Cactus. Now Joe Ballman. Popped him up. The catcher, and that ball wasn't hit high enough probably for him to make a play. And here's a shot in the right center field, and that's a base hit. That's going to produce another run. Runners are at first and second. 4 straight hits to start the inning. And it is now 6-3. 11 hits in total now, and that is all for Jose. He goes 3+ innings, faces 4 in the 4th. And he will give way to a relief pitcher. Let's see who the number on the back. And that is Roman Jimenez. So 2 more runs have come across. It's 6-3 now, Sonoma County. First and second occupied, and nobody out. Tim Kurgan, he had an RBI hit, and now bunts this one, and a very good bunt. It doesn't get much better than that. 1-3 for those of you scoring at home, and runners are at second and third. Now Dave Prong. Dave Prong is the batter. Check that. Check that. This is Pat Scholler. So Scholler batting for the first time. He's the final hitter in the lineup, and he's in an AB with Dave Prong, who I think I called Prony earlier. I can't read my own writing. Pretty good fastball by the new pitcher, Roman Jimenez. And runners are at second and third. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Only 1 man out. 2 runs have come in, and it's 6-3. 11 hits for the Cardinals. And he got fisted on that one and sends it back this way. 60 and over Cactus Division. Jimenez winds, kicks, and deals. And here's a ball on a drawn-in infield, looping single to center field. 1 run is going to score. Here comes the throw to the plate. They'll hold the runner at third. So Pat Scholler with an RBI. 3 runs have come across, and it's now 7-3. And that's a strike. We go back to the top of the order. Matt Drew, a pair of singles and 2 tries, 2 runs, 2 steals. He's done exactly what you want out of your leadoff hitter. Bottom half of the 4th inning. There goes the runner. Here's a throwdown. And it's not in time. Who's playing second base now? That's George Karras, 73 years young. Ground ball, shortstop. Flores coming home with it, and he is out from here to there. Fine defensive play. Fielder's choice, 2 down. So runners are at first and second with 2 down. Scott is batting for the second time. He reached on an error and scored, and now has been hit by a pitch. That will load the bases. First, second, and third, and Dean Steffens, the third place hitter in the lineup. And right now, if you're the Beach Boys, you have to get this out right here. Swing and a miss. They have scored 3 times already, and with the bases loaded, Jimenez delivers a beautiful pitch on the outside part. No balls and 2 strikes. He needs an out. And a line drive base hit into left field. Here comes the runner. They're waving him home. Flores will not have a play as he holds on to it. It's a 2-run single and the third RBI at bat for Dean Steffens. That makes it a 9-3 ball game. And another hit batsman. So the bases are loaded again. So 5 runs have come across. 9-3. Chopper, right side, fielded by the second baseman, Karras, and they get the fielder's choice. Everybody batted in that inning, and they get 5 big runs. Well, we're heading now to the top of the 5th inning here from Tempe Diablo Stadium. Jeff Lowry with you. Special thanks to Gary Firestone for setting up today's broadcast. Gary and I have been doing this since 1999, and I'm pretty sure it was 99, because I think the first year we were with the MSBL was 98. So a long time. Was this our 26th season? So it's very special thanks to Gary. That one is swung on and out of play. Ernie Barton to start things off, the 8th place hitter, and then Schoenemann and Cedric Watson, the newly inducted Hall of Famer. Line drive, and it's going to be snagged by the third baseman almost in foul territory. 1 down. Ed Winson with a nice defensive play at the hot corner. So 1 up and 1 down, and the Beach Boys shortstop, Mike Schoenemann, he was a strikeout victim back in the 3rd. Now you're getting a look at Tom Arnold, the starting pitcher here today for the Cardinals, and he has looked pretty good. I don't think Mike really appreciated that last call. So a lefty versus lefty. And in the air, foul. I think between Gary and a gentleman with the Chicago North Cubs, is that his strike 3 called? I can't believe it. That is the 4th. And Arnold looking awfully tough out there. 2 down, and that'll bring up Ced Watson, who bounced out 6-3 and is only at bat in the 3rd inning. He's batting here with 2 out and nobody on in the top of the 5th. But I think Gary and Lou Gordon I think I started with both of those guys in 99. And I think we've been with the South Dakota Rushmores for many years. I think that started that could have been 99, definitely 2000, 2001. And Watson draws a 2-out walk to extend the inning. Like to see the Beach Boys maybe pick up a run or two and counter that 5-run bottom of the 4th inning by Sonoma County. Gary May, he drew a walk with 2 outs back in the third and ended up scoring. Top of the 5th, 9-3 is our score with Sonoma in the field. They're on top. So, I guess, well, I never thought about it, but I think Lou Gordon and Lou, they didn't hire me this year. Or not yet. I think they were waiting on a championship game, as this one has popped up. And is this playable for the catcher? He won't get there. So Gary and Lou are my longest customers. How about that? Thank you both. Close play over there at first base. Watson with a 2-out walk extends the top of the 5th inning. Out in front of the plate, I think probably my longest running customer was the Hamilton Huskies high school football team. And they won 7 state championships while I was there. I think that's the most years I've been with a team. 03 to 16, it was 14 years. Yep. And then, I guess the Msbl World Series. We've been here since 1998. That's a swing and a miss and a strikeout, and the side is retired. Bottom of the 5th coming up from Tempe Diablo Stadium. Tom Arnold gaining some momentum as we're halfway through this morning affair. All right, back here at Tempe Diablo Stadium. 9-3 is the score. Bobby Williams has singled twice. He has scored a run. 12 hits in total for Sonoma County and a ground ball to short. Flores has it, stayed with it, didn't panic, and throws him out at first base. 1 down. So Bobby Williams now 2 for 3, and the batter is going to be Alan Maciel. No balls and 1 strike. Jimenez delivers. He's in his 2nd inning of work for Jose, and he delivers a strike, 1-1. Billy Carrata, the manager of this Sonoma County team, is on deck. This one off the trademark. That was down on the bat, and he was able to muscle it into center field for the 13th hit of the day for Sonoma County. And Allen is now 3 for 3 at the plate, so he's had a big day. Strike 1 called to Billy Carrata. Ground ball, shortstop, could be 2. Flores. And the throw to first, and they turn the double play. That'll retire the side. 6-4-3 double play. George Karras, 73 years young, out there turning double plays. And at the end of 5, still 9-3. And we'll be back with more in a moment. Jeff Lowry from Tempe Diablo Stadium. It looks like we've got a player added to the bottom of the order, and it's pitcher Jose Maguillon. Jose batting for the first time, and he hits it deep in the hole. Here's a long throw, a nice one-hop throw, scooped out nicely by Dave Prong, and there's 1 down. I'll tell you, he made that throw from deep in the hole, Scott Beiswinger, and there's 1 down. And there is a look at the left-handed starting pitcher for Sonoma, Tom Arnold. And that got Jorge, and he has been on base all 3 times. So he's hit by a pitch. Again, you'd like to see Waikiki as words are being exchanged between Flores and Their starting pitcher, Tom Arnold. I don't think Jorge appreciated getting hit in the back like that. First pitch, ball one to Bobby Flores, who has been on base both times. He's been to the plate. He has walked and reached on an error. 9-3, Sonoma County leads it. We're in the top of the 6th inning. A ball and a strike on Bobby. Two balls and one strike on the second place hitter and Gary Firestone's lineup. Bouncing ball wide of third and into left field, a base hit. So runners will be at first and second on a clean single there by Bobby Flores. That is only their 5th hit. And now Roman Jimenez, the current pitcher for the Waikiki Beach Boys. He takes ball one. Top of the 6th inning. And he pops it up. A little tardy on that swing, and it's going to land safely foul. 1 ball, 1 strike on Jimenez, looking for his first hit. He has bounced out 1-3, bounced out to the pitcher, Tom Arnold, in each of his first 2 at-bats. The runner goes, and he taps one to the shortstop, and the play will be at first, and he will get his man, and there is 2 down, but both runners move up into scoring position, second and third. Escalante Marcelino. That's what the PA keeps. I think he's got his name backwards. Another one of those great names we had. Next game is Anton Henley's game. And he's got a Gaston Escudero on his team. And we'll see Gaston, who's, I believe, played, if memory serves me correct, for Gary a few times back in the day. Gary's got 23 players on his roster for this MSBL World Series. Good pitch. Escalante has a sac fly. That was in the first inning to give Waikiki an early lead, and then a base hit in the 4th. We're playing here in the top of the 6th inning. I'll tell you what, you get a base hit right here, and that could put the Beach Boys right back into the game, down by 6. And a quick foul ball straight back. Runners at second and third with 2 out. Top of the 6th inning, 9-3 Sonoma. Chopper to the shortstop. Deep in the hole. Long throw. He got him, and that's that. They leave 2. And at the end of 5.5 innings of play, as Allen continues to make, or actually that's Scott out there by swinger, it's still 9-3 in favor of the Sonoma County Cardinals. Heading now to the bottom of the 6th inning, Diablo Stadium. Joe Bowman will lead it off. He's got an RBI single to his credit, and he's 1 for 2. 3rd inning of work for Jimenez. And here's a line drive out into left center field, and that's going to drop in for a base hit. Well, the hits just keep on coming for this ball club. That is hit number 14. Cardinals at the plate here in the home half of the 6th inning, leading it by a score of 9-3. So Joe Ballman with Tim Kurjan is batting now. He had a sacrifice and a base hit in 2 tries. Ballman takes his lead at first base. Jimenez would love to get a quick inning here and see if he can get some hot bats up there in the top of the 7th inning. As Waikiki coming out in the black and the orange tops, and they're trailing it by a score of 9-3. Line drive, left field, down the line. That's a fair ball. Well, Tim Kurgan has done the job here today, and here comes the runner to third. He's in safe sliding. That is hit number 15. And the runners will be at second and third. Now Dave Prong, the first baseman, takes one high and away, ball one. Bottom half of the sixth, the first two have reached against Jimenez. Or Jimenez, I'm not sure. Now trading out for a run here, but won't have to here as Jimenez looks the runner back and throws successfully on to first. So the first out of the inning, we're in the bottom of the sixth. Matt Drew couldn't hold up on that one, and that's a strike. Second and third with one out. Billy Carradas, 2 and 3 Sonoma County Cards. Probably need a victory here if they're going to make the playoffs. I don't think 2 and 4 cuts it. That's a strike. And Drew is down no balls, 2 strikes, and takes high. A ball and 2 strikes from Jimenez. Well, Sonoma County has had a complete game here. They've gotten great pitching from Tom Arnold, and they've had timely hitting. And that's a fair ball, and 2 more runs are going to come across. That's going to make it 11-3. The 17th hit of the day belongs to Matt Drew, who is 3 for 4, 2 RBIs and 3 runs scored. Okay, here is Mark Evich. So Evich batting for the second time. He was robbed on a great play down there at third base by Osuna. He towers one into deep left field. It is going to the wall. Here comes the speedy Matt Drew around third, and he will score. That is a double, and I mean, he gave that ball a ride. Exit velocity off the bat, brought to you by Evil Google and StatCast, 93 miles per hour off the bat of that man. So 3 more runs have come across. Ground ball down to third, and the third baseman now getting into a rundown. And he will concede. So that is out number 2 there. Fielder's choice, and here's Van White. So Steffens, who had driven in runs in each of his first 3 at-bats, and has 4 altogether, grounds out to third. 2 down, 3 runs in, and a 12-3 lead for Sonoma Cardinals. A high fly ball way back in the left, and he's got it. Nice play, and that will retire the side. We're back at Tempe Diablo Stadium, and Gary Firestone will lead things off as we go to the top of the 7th inning. A game in which was close for about 3 innings. A 5-run fourth by Sonoma County broke it open, and they get 3 more in the bottom of the 6th and lead 12-3. Firestone looking for his first hit, his 3rd time up. Wasn't that many years ago, Gary was telling me that he was playing some games back in California, and he put one out of the ballpark. He said it went over 400 feet, and I think he was, I'm going to say maybe late 60s. I mean, that's pretty impressive. Of course, there's no video evidence of that. So, you know, I think we've still been asking for the video, and I'm just totally kidding. He swings and he misses, and 2 strikes on him. He's almost got the Reggie Jackson batting stance, almost. And a swing and a miss. That fastball kind of ate him up, got in on the hands, and there's 1 down here in the top of the 7th. Now batting for the 3rd time is Pablo. Popped up to the pitcher and singled in his 2 plate appearances here today. 60 and over Cactus Division, the final day of round-robin play. And he fouls that one off. Had a good cut at that. It was just a little tardy. And a swing and a miss, and Arnold now a pitch away from taking care of Pablo. 2 strikes, and holding, and pitching, and he struck him out. Back-to-back strikeouts. And strikeout number 7 for Tom Arnold. So there's 2 down for the Gold Glover at third base, Ozuna. And he chops one foul. No balls and 1 strike. He is looking for his first hit of the game. And this one is lifted in the air back at second base. The shortstop is there. He's got it. Earl Dunkel and the side retired. A good inning for Arnold. Very efficient, only threw 7 pitches, and at the end of 6.5, as we go to the 7th inning stretch here at Tempe Diablo Stadium, you're getting a look at Jimenez. It's still 12-3 Sonoma County. He's in his 4th inning of relief for Jose, and the first pitch is in there for a called strike. Ed Winson will start it off. And we're about 15 minutes from the 3-hour time limit. Can't start a new inning once you reach that threshold. Winston hit into an inning double play in the first, fielder's choice, and a ground out, another fielder's choice, 4-6. And that's strike 3 called. That strike zone starting to widen a little bit, so it's good to stay on the fringes if you're either Jimenez or Arnold, the 2 pitchers out there. That's a strike called to Danny DuPont, batting for a guy who had a big day at the plate, and Bobby Williams. A victory here today should put Sonoma in the playoffs. That one's grounded foul on this beautiful day where the temperature's kind of in the low 70s. Here's a grounder up the middle. Flores got it. And the throw to first, and it's not going to be held on to by Del Campo. And so DuPont reaches on the error, and they're going to charge that to Flores.
Earl Dunkel.
First pitch, called strike. Here's Dunkel batting for the first time. 18 hits, 12 runs for Sonoma County, and they've gotten great pitching from their starter, Tom Arnold. A little bit early, trying to get that barrel of the bat out in front of the plate. That didn't look too bad. High fly ball center. And that ball's going to be caught. And there's 2 down. A good crowd here at Tempe Diablo Stadium as look like Mike has taken over out in center field. Well, here's Phil Devon. Phil Devon. As the PA announcer says, it's Phil Devon. Longtime MSBL World Series competitor. 2 out with a runner at first base. 12-3 Sonoma leads it here in the home half of the 7th. And we've been told you got about 10 minutes left. I did not get the start time, the official start time of this game, but we've been told 10 more minutes. So we're in the bottom of the 7th. It's been a long game, and that's ball 4, so Devon is aboard. First and second occupied, and we're going to get another new hitter and another guy that Pat McKenna. Pat McKenna has been around a long time in this tournament. Going back to the days of the, and I don't know if Gary remembers the Fog City 40s. Well, now they're the Fog City, 80s? No, I mean 60s. Here's a fly ball out into right field, and it's going to be caught. Juggled around a little bit, but a nice play by It's like George Karras. And at the end of 7, it's still 12-3. As you get a wide shot of Tempe Diablo Stadium, we go to the top of the 8th inning. Top of the 8th inning. Well, it's time for the Beach Boys to get the bats going. They are probably batting for the final time. We probably won't see a 9th inning because now we're about 8 minutes from that 3-hour, maybe even 7. That one's popped up out of play, and the fans had no idea the ball was heading their way. Well, if he completes this top of the 8th inning, I think Tom Arnold will get a complete game. And he's done well. I mean, he scattered 5 hits and 3 runs. And Waikiki has not scored since the 3rd. So the line on Tom Arnold right now, 7 innings plus, since we already started the 8th. 5 hits. He has struck out 7, a couple of walks, and he's given up only 5 hits. That's ball 4, his 3rd walk issued. He's also hit a batter. Now the starting shortstop, now center fielder, is looking to put the bat on the ball for the first time in 3 tries. He's 0 for 2. 1 ball and no strikes to Mike Schoeneman. And he hits one out in the right center field, base hit. And it gets by the center fielder. Tracking it down is Matt Drew. He bobbles it. And the runners will be at 2nd and 3rd. So a long double. And Mike picks up his first hit of the ball game, only the 6th off Tom Arnold. And I'm wondering if I would imagine that Kurata, the manager of Sonoma County, does not want to take his pitcher out of the game. Here's a ground ball to the shortstop. He bobbled a couple of times and still has time to throw out Cedric Watson. 6-3, and the runner did not score from 3rd. So there's 1 down for Gary May. He walked and scored back in the 3rd and struck out his last time up. And we'll see who will be batting after Gary May. They had Jose added to the bottom of the order, and we'll see if Jose comes back out and bats again. Top of the 8th inning, runners at 2nd and 3rd and 1 out, and it's 2 balls and no strikes on Gary May. 3-0. So Arnold did not get the call there. Well, once again, congratulations to Ced Watson. I thought Steve's comments were, pretty heartfelt. He almost seemed slightly choked up, and that's ball 4. So Gary May has walked twice, and now the bases are loaded with 1 out here in the top of the 8th inning. And Jose will indeed be the hitter. Maguione takes ball 1. Grounded to shortstop back in inning number 6. He's 0 for 1. And he sends one in the air, center field, and it should be deep enough to score the run. Here's the catch, the tag. And no throw to the plate. He didn't. Oh, well, he started to. And that'll just be a fly ball out. So he cost Jose a sacrifice fly by staying put. So 2 down. And here's Flores. Been on base all 3 times. Now activity in the Sonoma County bullpen. That's too far for me to read the number. So Jorge has doubled and scored, singled and scored. He's been hit by a pitch, batting for the 4th time. And a pop-up on the infield. The second baseman calling. He's got it. They get runners at 2nd and 3rd, no out, and could not score them. So we go to the bottom of the 8th inning here. And I think this will be the last at bat of the day for either one of these teams, unless it's really quick. We've got about 4.5 minutes left to go to the 3-hour threshold. And we got a new pitcher on the mound for the Gary Firestones, Ernie Barton. Dean Steffens has 3 RBI hits, one of the big stars in the game, and obviously Tom Arnold, the left-handed pitcher, will most likely get a complete game unless, this is like a 5 or 6 pitch inning. And batting for the first time is Jason Lewis, the 62-year-old. He lines it to center, and that ball's going to be caught. So a nice job out there in center field by Mike Schoeneman, 1 up and 1 down. Pat Scholler had an RBI single in the 4th inning, sharing that final 11 spot with Dave Prong, 11 AB. And he grounds it to shortstop. Flores was kind of playing up and throws on to first base, and that's out number 2 as Del Campo makes the putout, and Jorge getting the job done at shortstop in this game like he always does. 2 down.
Your attention, please. Now batting number 17, Gary Frank.
Now Gary Frank, the 69-year-old, batting for the first time. Good pitch, good fastball there. The new pitcher on the mound is number 24, Ernie Barton. He's only 73 years young. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. The 0-2 pitch to Frank, and he slaps it over to the shortstop, and here's Flores with plenty of time, and he throws him out. 1-2-3 inning, and we're going to the 9th. That ended up being a very quick inning. We're right at the 3-hour time limit, and there's Gary Firestone. He's been coming out here, I think, nearly since the inception of this MSBL World Series tournament. It's 12-3 in favor of the Sonoma County Cards. We go to the top of the 9th inning. I'm shocked that we got it this far. So a called strike. Bobby Flores will start it off. He's been to the plate 3 times, a walk. He's reached on an error, and he singled back in the 6th inning. Here's a line drive up the middle and into center field, base hit. 7th hit of the day. Flores has been on base. He's found his way on base all 4 times. And now a chopping ball off the bat of Jimenez, bobbled by the second baseman. They get the fielder's choice there and turn the 4-6-3 double play. Well, I would say it was nicely done, but it really wasn't. Bobby Williams acted as if that baseball was a hot potato. 2 down, and here's Escalante. And the pitch is inside, ball 1. Tom Arnold 1 out away from picking up a complete game, a 7-hitter. I'm not going with the tally of hits on the scoreboard. That's outside a ball. So Escalante, a sac fly back in the 1st, a single in the 4th. He's 1 for 2. Tom Arnold trying to pitch his team into the postseason, and that's going to be ball 4. He's thrown a lot of pitches, no doubt about it. And now Gary Firestone, who may be the last hope here for his own Beach Boys, the manager of Waikiki. Swing and a miss, and foul tipped into the mitt. I'll tell you, Gary, you look at the swing, he's got a little bit of that uppercut, but he's got a nice swing. This guy is 74 years old. And I'm just looking at really the bat speed that he can generate. That's pretty good. And he got fooled on a breaking pitch, tried to pull it. And he definitely has a very, very aggressive swing. So now 2 strikes. And strike 3 called, and the ball game is over. And the final score from Tempe Diablo Stadium as Tom Arnold goes the distance, scattering 7 hits. And 7 make that 8 strikeouts on the day, and he is our APN Sport Marucci Player of the Game. So for our entire crew, and a special thanks to Gary Firestone, Jeff Lowry from the ballpark. So long, everybody.
There was